Yeah, what's up, people? Late night with Krulster again. Just got home from the wedding. I see that America is in financial ruin one more time, huh? So what happened this weekend? Oh boy. Oh boy. Wait a second. First of all, let's talk about sports gambling before I get started on how right I was about what's happening in the financial world. Did I was in the chat room saying how the Giants were the lock of the week? If the Eagles could beat the Giants, if the Eagles could beat the Rams by that many times, why can't the Giants? Boom. But more importantly, on the videotape on Friday, what did I say? The Jets favored over the Patriots? Come on now. I don't care what kind of bizarro world you're living in, who's quarterbacking that team. There was no way the Jets were going to beat the Patriots. Please, please. Don't you think they were prepared for every possible thing, every scenario that man genius could possibly throw their way? Come on now. It's the Jets. All right, let's move on. Futures are down huge. NASDAQ futures amazingly down. Looks like the market's going to gap down 5,000 points. Once again, where are all the smart people and what have they done to us? How come a guy like me, someone who went in for a television, radio / acting degree at Brooklyn College, am I that smart? Am I that smart knowing that when we first had the financial ruin? Take a look at this. Remember Doral, when that stock started going down? That was like 3 or 4 years ago. That was the precursor to all this. Then we had the LEND, the lend, and the guys who were lending out money. They went out of business. That nobody cared, and suddenly it blew over. Nobody wanted to say anything. Then we had all these layoffs at Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers, and suddenly Countrywide Financial wasn't lending any money, and a lot of these companies weren't lending any money, but nobody was really talking about it. That's what happens. And what did I say? When you ignore a problem, when it does finally catch up, it makes it that much worse than it should have been. And that's what we're doing right now. We tried to ignore this problem, and now we're knee deep in shit that we're not going to be able to get out of. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Oh my God, what is going to happen? We got nothing to get us out of this. Now, first of all, let's watch the videotape on Friday. If I had it for you, like Don Howard, I'd throw it up in the corner right now. And I said, if you had to gamble, if you were that much of a junkie that you wanted to find something else that might go up over the weekend, there was one stock. And I said it was Merrill Lynch. Why? Because I don't give them any credibility whatsoever. But if anything, there are still stockbrokers there and traders who are making money. A company like Bear Stearns and a company like these mortgage places, they are in financial ruin like the Washington Mutual because all they do, I mean, granted, they probably still have, they have some stock portfolios or whatsoever, but nobody like Merrill Lynch. Merrill Lynch is a force to be reckoned with. They have millions. I mean, obviously, I'm exaggerating when I say millions, but they've got brokers up the ass, traders. They've got what's it called? I don't even know what word I'm looking for, but you know what I'm saying. Merrill Lynch is different than these other places that all they're doing is lending money, because there's no way for these other guys to make any money. If they're all in lending money and they're not lending money, how are they going to make money? What am I saying? What am I saying? The bottom line is I told you to bet against the Jets this weekend. I told you to buy Merrill Lynch. Now, the NASDAQ futures and all these the market's gapping down all this while. Bank of America made a $29 bid. $29 bid for Merrill Lynch. That means Merrill Lynch is worth more than $29. I say they don't take the bid, but stock market might be gapping down huge, but Merrill Lynch should be up. Now, I'd love to say that I told you so, but a guy can't say I told you so unless he did it for himself, and that's my plight. That is my plight. I'm caught in a point in my life where I've made a lot of money and I've given back pretty much all of it. And it's just been a disgusting thing that I've done to myself over the last 6 or 7 years. So I can't take the shots that I like to. But you know what? I did buy some Merrill Lynch, so God bless me. So let's see if the stock opens up. Of course, it's nothing. It's nothing substantial. I made more money betting on the Patriots than I'm going to make on this Merrill Lynch trade if it does open up at 29, which I don't think it might. But the one thing it does, it gives the Merrill Lynch a little bit of credibility. Now, if you were going to think they were going to buy Washington Mutual and Lehman was going to get taken over, they're worthless garbage companies in a death spiral, like I was saying. Bottom line, I do know more than all of you. And, see, there's a lot of things out there. I try to be funny and try to have a good time with all this. And at the same time, I give a lot of recommendations that do make a lot of people a lot of money. And if they're not a recommendation that makes you money, at least I help prevent you from losing money. And one thing about me and my arch nemesis, Cramer, basically everybody's my arch nemesis because I bring something to the table that not many people bring. A good time, we have some fun, we get to laugh about my sorrows and my psychosis and all that stuff. But through it all, I'm bringing cash to the table, handing it out in buckets, while the world is falling apart. Come on, stick around. It's only gonna get better. Because help me dethrone Cramer. Help me take over the planet. Get my website bought out for $2 million. Why not? Why can't it happen to me? Wall Strip? Howard's website? Wall Strip? Got that goofy girl doing news stories about stocks hitting all-time highs? Who cares? Who cares? What are they bringing to the table? You come to my chat room every day and I'm dishing out money. The chat room is growing every day. More and more people are coming to the chat room because they are starting to realize that if you sit in the chat room, there's going to be at least 3 or 4 winners a day. And I'm talking about no matter what the market's doing, crashing, doing nothing, there's always something that I'm going to be giving out. And then, of course, there's these gems that I just dish out when I have a position going against me. Those always get worse. But I've gone on too far right now. The bottom line is, people, help me. Help me. I should be out there already. Come on, let me take over the world. Give me the time slot on CNBC or Fox News. Bring it. Bring it. I can bring so much to the table, and I'm going to take all of you with me, everyone that's been a friend of mine, because you know this. Anything happens good to the Crowster, you know I'm going to be throwing parties. You know the drinks are going to be on me. I'm going to be supplying this, and you know what? Depending on how much money I have, God damn it, I will be throwing a party once a month, and if you can't make it, I'll send a bus to your house to pick you up and bring you to the party. Because it's going to be one big party. Because if we can't do anything in this country, one thing we still can do is get drunk. Because if you just read a report today that the only thing doing well in this country is beer sales. Beer sales. And another thing I read the other day is that Citibank's trying to cut costs by not allowing their workers to use color ink in the printers. Wow, it's come to that. Citibank can't think of anything else but to just cut off using color ink in their printers. Wow. Think about it. Think about it.